Do you find yourself wondering, like, what's going on with AI? Is Webtoons using AI? Like, why are so many companies turning to AI? Well, the thing of it is I feel that, we have to be aware that companies are going to company and they are going to use things that they feel are the most beneficial for them. And so to expect a company not to use something that is not being regulated legally is always going to be something that creators need to be aware of. Companies are going to exploit, they're going to push the moral, boundaries of things, and they're going to do whatever is most profitable for them. So I recently found this article. It came out on March 6th of this year, and it is all about Webtoon and AI. So, Naver Webtoon will incorporate AI to enhance productivity and user experience, according to AI lead. So, I don't know the full context of this in terms of it's been a minute since I've read it, and I just want to go over it with you guys. So, let's go ahead and jump into this. Subsam Jam said, AI is going to write the stories. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if AI was already writing stories on Webtoons, to be honest. Like, no offense to anybody who is writing stories on Webtoons or anything, but a lot of them, the way they are structured are like very within AI's wheelhouse to be able to make an episode. So I feel like it's not a huge leap if there's somebody at Webtoon headquarters in their own studio just entering prompts into the computer and having it shoot out stories. Just being honest. Mr. Who 616 said, guess this is it. I think I might not post my stuff on Webtoon. I'm just going to say this. If you ever want to work with any company, until AI is regulated, you should just expect that they're using it. Like, that's just my honest opinion. That's not based off of any facts or anything. That is just like, from a business perspective, I don't think that like a company is going to do what is in their best interest in order to produce the most revenue at the lowest cost. So when this was introduced into the world, it's upsetting a lot of like job markets. So until there is some sort of legal boundaries, just expect that it's being used. Like, I don't care what any company says, they just haven't said it publicly, in my opinion. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, so let's go ahead and look and see what this person had to say. AI always seems to sound like the villain when it comes to art, whether it is due to copyright issues or the very fundamental fear of job losses. Was I not just talking about this? What the heck? Some people even worry that untalented people, quote unquote, I don't know why it's in quotes, to be honest, because like if someone spends their entire lifetime learning how to use a skill and then someone just comes along and types it into the computer and the computer projects it out, like, I mean, I guess untalented is a harsh word, but also I don't think talent is even a descriptor of the person, because I feel like untalented means you tried. But if the computer's doing it, then like you're just typing in prompts. Like, I wouldn't call someone who is like a scribe or whatever like untalented or talented. I'd be like, they're just writing down information. Like, I would be like, oh yeah, this person who wrote down this information is now a lawyer because they wrote down the information. Like I'm not understanding. Like, make it make sense. I'm sorry. Okay. Some people even worry that untalented people will be able to cause chaos in the art field by using AI to assist them, tarnishing the sanctuary of artistic creation. Like I would like to know the thought process behind this, because this is not a very soft introduction. It's just like, AI is the villain? How dare you say that? AI is destroying jobs? How dare you say that? AI is allowing people who do not practice to be in fields that they should not be in because they don't have any sort of experience or expertise? How dare you say that? Like, that is the vibe from this opening paragraph. I am afraid. Like, the writer for this, a little diabolical in my opinion, but hey, well, I'm just here to relay the news. Okay, these concerns may be legitimate. What the heck? Okay, we're on a roller coaster ride. Like, you cannot open with that and then be like, some of this may be legitimate. These concerns may be legitimate to some context, but they may also be quite exaggerated. I mean, like, What's being exaggerated? Like the villain thing? Okay, I could see the villain thing because like it's just the software, so like software can't be good or evil, I guess. Like if we're looking at it from that perspective, but is it causing people to lose jobs? Yes, so check. So not an exaggeration. Are people who cannot draw, are people who cannot write, are people who are inexperienced in these fields, like literally anybody, like your 5-year old can like type, please write a webtoon romance story for me, and it will just throw it out. Like, so that's why I'm just like, what are we saying here? Like can we explain this? Because like, as someone who, I can see there are a lot of benefits to AI, there are a lot of ways that it can help enhance society, enhance humans, all of that stuff. I feel like we have to be fair about what it is actually doing in the world right now for a lot of people. And so when people are like, is this being exaggerated? No, I don't think so. Like, I think people who are in these fields are worried about their jobs because corporations are going to corporation. And if they find out that a computer can do 10 people's jobs instead of hiring you, I feel like that's what they're going to do, right? Like, they're going to just hire the computer. Like, right? Okay, let's continue. Let's see what else they had to say. According to Kim Psych, I'm not sure how to say it, so I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing names. The Webtoon AI and data lead at Naver Webtoon, Korea's largest webtoon company. So this is what they said. Okay. In fact, it all comes down to what programs we humans develop and how we use them as tools to enhance our own creativity, he says. The biggest difference with AI creation and human creation is that machines don't have intentions of their own. No, the biggest difference between human and AI is human creation. Like, one is made by a human and one is made by a machine. Like I don't think it has anything necessarily to do with intention. Like, we all recognize that like the program can be very useful and can do things. The issue is like people who want to be in this field and work, they are no longer able to do it because they are human. like that's the problem. Like I'm sorry, sir. Like, I'm trying to be a little respectful, but I feel like these opening 2 paragraphs were like wildly disrespectful to like anybody who's in the creative field. Like, that just doesn't even make any sense to me. Like, can we like I'm trying to be nice too, because I'm like, maybe I'm missing context for this, but like, I don't think there's any way to misinterpret. The biggest difference with the AI creation and human creation is machines don't have intentions of their own. No, like, I disagree. Like, no, that is not the biggest difference. Like, not at all. Okay. What that means is that it always needs us to tell it what to do. It doesn't suddenly become inspired and start making its own work. Everything is learned. It has learned from what we made. But the urge to create something has been and will always remain an innate aspect of humanity. The motivation without creation doesn't even take place. Because it's a program. Like, okay. I understand what they're saying here, but I'm just like, this argument does not stop somebody who's working in that field from losing their job. Like if the program, if you just need anybody, as I said earlier, like, you can train a 5-year-old, you can train a 7-year-old to write a prompt and then be like, what happens next, computer? What happens next, computer? What happens next, computer? Like I'm not understanding, because I feel like this is like very minimizing the creation process. Like people spend their entire lives learning how to do this, and so to be like, the only difference is intention, is just a wild statement to me. Maybe I'm crazy. Like, maybe it's me. Anyway, Naver's Webtoon parent company, Webtoon Entertainment, went public on the I forget how to say this, NASDAQ on June 28th, 2024, as the first Korean web content company to do so in the United States. Webtoon Entertainment also owns Japanese webtoon and manga service line manga and web novel platforms Wattpad and Munipie. As a company leading the web content industry in the global market, Naver Webtoon has rolled out the AI Painter tool to help webtoonists streamline their illustrations, AI curation to give recommendations to each user's taste, and online piracy detection system ToonRaid to prevent and combat illegal content circulation. Okay, so let's just pause there. Like, they mention 3 programs. So AI Painter tool, which is given to Webtoon originals to be able to use. So that is something that you get access to once you become an original. They also talk about an AI curation. So this is something for readers, which it automatically makes recommendations based off of what you're reading. And then they have ToonRaid, which looks for illegal pirated content on the internet. So this is what I'm saying. Like, companies like do not be fooled. Like, these companies are using this software. And whether or not, if they're very open about it or very quiet about it, you would never know. But here's something that I want you to hone in on just for a minute, is it says Naver Webtoon has rolled out the AI Painter tool to help webtoonists streamline their illustrations. Who knows how long they have been doing this? Who knows if some of your favorite Webtoon creators are using this? Like, I don't think they created this software and people aren't using it. I'm pretty sure people are. They're just not speaking up about it. So this is where I'm just like, everybody is kind of like, I don't want to work with a company that uses AI, but majority of almost all of these companies are using it. Like, I feel like I would pay $1 million if one of these Webtoon companies came out and was like, we don't use AI ever for anything. Like, they all use it. Like, it's one of the things that I feel like you just have to be aware of as a creator, and you have to understand what your boundaries are. Just because they give you the software to use doesn't mean you have to use it. Dragon said, I have accepted AI within companies and will try to adapt as much as possible. It doesn't seem like something we can stop, but hopefully artists can continue to overcome it and publish their stories. I think there'll always be space for non-AI content in the world, but from a reader perspective, it's just like art. Like, I feel like there was like a big uproar when digital art was, gaining traction and traditional artists were like losing their mind. But like, eventually things like simmered out and evened out. But I'm just making people aware, because I also feel like a lot of these like companies that are very open about the fact that they use AI get a lot of flack for it. But I'm just like, probably your favorites companies are already using it. They just aren't as outspoken about it. And with Webtoon being so big, I feel like their PR team is probably like, yeah, we're not going to talk about this as much. Like, we'll do an article here or there and it'll be buried because nobody's going to read it, but we're not going to openly talk about this on our own platform. So only like people like me and people who are interested in business type content are going to find these random articles that are just like sitting out there in the universe that are available to everybody. But Webtoon themselves is never just going to be like, hee hee, we're using AI now. Like they're not going to do that. Being fully aware of the general concerns over AI technology from consumers, Naver Webtoon has been focusing on easing the public into the idea of AI through approachable services such as the camera filter, Toon filter that turns a selfie into a Webtoon illustration, and the character chat, which allows users to have an online one-on-one chat with characters from Webtoons, all powered by AI. So this is another instance where I'm like, this concept is not a like new concept and companies are using it. Like, I think Voice Me is getting a lot of flack for using this, but I'm just like, Webtoons is doing the same thing. They're just doing it more quietly. And that's the thing. Like, readers like it. So it's one of those things where I feel like artists need to understand that this aspect of business won't change until there is a legal change about it. And so I'm just here to make you more aware that, any company that you're working with, it's good to do your due diligence. And it's also good to understand where you stand morally, because companies are going to try and take advantage of whatever they can to save $1. Like, that's just my opinion. There are a lot of things that we're working on, but we hope to present some visible results within the year, Kim said. The essence lies in solving the issue that arises from the creative process of authors. We're working on unraveling the heavy load of labor that falls on the webtoonist. So essentially what that sounds like to me is we're trying to create software that we want Webtoon creators to use to take the workload off. And so when Webtoon creators start complaining about like how physically demanding it is, the company can be like, we've offered you a solution, use this AI program. And therefore, I feel like, I hope that this isn't the case, but I feel like this will be the case. Like there will be a definite descent in the amount of pay that these companies are willing to give webtoonists, as they're calling it in this article, for the what they contribute. Because if you're doing less work, and I know that you're using our program to help you with your story, help you with your art, you don't need as much money from me because I'm paying for this software that helps you. Essentially, I'm paying for an assistant for you. So I feel like this could get very diabolical in the future if there's no regulations that intervene into how this whole dynamic works. Kim sat down for an interview with the Korean Jongang Daily to talk more about Naver Webtoon's AI strategy moving forward and to address the concerns people may have regarding the fast-growing technology. The following are excerpts of the interview edited for length and clarity. Okay. Oh, and I guess this is an example of the software right here. So the Webtoon AI tool. So it's like this person submitted a selfie and they're converting it into the style of, I can't remember the name of this series. What is the name of this series? I can't remember. Anyway, it's a tune filter. That's what they were mentioning earlier. So the question: what is the main direction of Naver Webtoon's AI development strategy? Our two main pillars are content protection and enhancing authors' creativity. The core of our company lies in our intellectual property, IP, which is why our services are centered on supporting the very IP. We built the AI and data teams so that we don't just sprinkle a little bit of AI here and there, but to fully incorporate AI into the fundamentals of the company. Fully incorporate the AI into the fundamentals of the company. Like that is a powerful statement if I've ever heard one. Like, bro was just saying like everything that's going on. I'm just like, this is a wild article. I'm not gonna lie, it blows my mind a little bit, like some of the stuff that he just like outright said. But like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think people have like artists and other creators, like writers, painters, anybody who's in the creative field, I think have very strong feelings about AI in a negative aspect, whereas people who are more in the line of business or science or medicine have a very positive outlook on it and only see plus sides. When it comes to webtoonists, our primary goal is to preserve their intentions and creativity of the authors. I don't know what that means. Preserve the intentions. What? Like, okay, intentions cannot be made or replaced. I don't know what you're saying. Like, are you saying that the computer can't make choices? Because like the computer can. Like I'm not sure what they're saying here. Because it's like they're talking about an aspect of the creation process, like I guess the writing aspect or the drawing aspect, but I'm like, the computer can make choices. Like I'm not sure what they're trying to say, because I'm just like, no, like all you have to do is tell it what to do. Like we're talking about AI as in it's not a tool. Like he's like, it doesn't have intentions. No tool has intentions. Like we all tell the tools what to do. Like the sound mixer doesn't just mix the music. Like it needs a mixologist. Like that. Like I'm not understanding the argument here. What we can do for them is help make their process more efficient by replacing the repetitive labor or actions that they must go through in order to express that intention. For instance, by reducing the number of clicks by half. okay. I mean, I'm all for reducing the number of clicks, but I'm also kind of like, what are we talking about here? Are you talking about the coloring process? Are you talking about like just inserting turnarounds? Like what are we talking about? I like that is a very vague statement that was non-specific, because like a lot of it was very like colorful language. Like this is something that that I feel like people would say like at a like Miss Universe or Mr. Universe pageant, where it's like, and what would you do to change the world? World peace. Like, okay, but like, what do you mean? Like, how are we gonna accomplish world peace? Like, elaborate, please. And then they're just like, world peace. Like, that's just the answer on loop. Like, there's no elaboration. It's just a good thing to say. For the readers, we always aim to attract new readers, but our focus right now is on retaining the existing readers. It's easier to target the consumers that we already have through the data we've already gained. For example, with services like Character Chat, we would appeal more to people who already have their favorite characters, but we're still in talks to develop items that appeal to a wider audience. Interesting. Like I don't know. I've never wanted to talk with any of the characters that I read in Webtoons, but maybe I'm not that demographic. Like I'm not the type of person that's going to be like, yeah, I would love to talk to John from Unordinary. No, I feel like that would be a terrifying conversation. Like I would be super afraid. Yes, Beanworms, thank you. Yumi Sales, exactly. Mr. Who 616, I can feel the layoff coming on Naver. I feel like they can't lay off people right now. Like it would not be a good look. Like it would not be a good look to do a massive layoff after having articles like this come out where they're talking about like AI doesn't replace any intention. Like we still, like it's implying that we still need people, but then to lay off like people that actually work for the company would be insane. Like that would be some scary type stuff. Like that would be like, dude, PR team, don't let him go outside no more. Like let him stay inside the house. Subsam Jam said, I guess they want every webtoon to look like the webtoon filter as long as there's a huge load of content. I don't know if they want that per se, but I do think they want content faster. Like they don't want you to work on your webtoon for 25 years. They want you to speed that up. Like eventually I feel like they would love to have a webtoon episode every day. Like that feels to me like the dream goal. Like you come back every single day to read this comic. Like there's a what is it called? I can't think of what it's called. A podcast app, a audiobook app. I don't know what it's called, but they have like daily, like you get a chapter every day. I think Webtoons would love that. They would love to have a chapter every day. Dragon said, fast, consistent content is a lot of companies' main concern. Unfortunately, they will sacrifice quality and artist integrity for it. See, that's the thing. I feel like they don't think that they're gonna lose any quality, to be honest. The artist integrity, no company cares about feelings. They only care about profits. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, like you've got to understand what you're doing when you're working with these companies. Bah, hello. Yeah, the topic is wild. We're actually looking at an article. So it's been pretty interesting so far. Let's keep reading. Oh, I guess this is like the character chat thing that they're talking about. Like you can talk to your character. Okay, so a lot of the concerns regarding AI always seem to be that AI technology may replace creators and ultimately humans' creative roles. Do you think this is a plausible theory? Yes. Hold up. AI could generate more results. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is some diabolical type stuff. I mean, he said a lot here to kind of elaborate on his feelings, but the straight and skinny was he said yes, which I'm gonna hold my thoughts, but I'm just like, dude, it's over. like you said it. Like screenshot this and clip it. Like repost this so that it could blow up and Webtoons can be like, what the heck is going on? Be like, yes, your person is out here saying these things. The same thing happened once before when cartoonists started working on digital tablets instead of paper, but it eventually allowed webtoonists to create more in the same amount of time. People are scared of AI because it's faster than them, but we're on the course of progress. Once people adapt, those who use it well will show a higher level of productivity, and more people will opt to do the same. I don't know, like I'm just not understanding this concept of using it well. I mean, do you mean like I don't think there's any using it well. I think it's just entering the right things into the prompt. Like, right? Like, is that not how it works? Like, I'm so confused by this. I'm like, as the software improves, so will what it's able to produce improve. Like, I don't think, like, I'm just very confused by this entire statement, to be honest. Cantella, hello. Hi, Hoot Hoot. Say said that yes, no hesitation. It's like you want people to be replaced. It really is like that. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait to see what he says after this. But and see, I do think that there is a level of fear that is associated with like a new medium being on the scene, but this is completely different in terms of like the digital art versus the traditional art. Like the traditional artists were creating, they were drawing, they were painting, they were doing all of that. The digital artists, they're drawing and painting. Like, to an extent, could it be faster? Sure. But also, there are some really fast traditional painters as well. So I'm just like, you're still doing a bulk of the work. Like, you don't open Photoshop and then draw a stick figure and it just draws it for you. Like, you have to have a level of skill to be able to actually create in the digital sphere. This, you don't have to do anything. Like, all you have to do is type in like cute girl with white hair. And then like that's your character. So I'm just not understanding this idea of people need to become more proficient at it. I'm like, I don't know if that's the case. Like, do you mean like everybody's proficient in typing in a prompt? Like I don't. Okay, so let's finish seeing what he had to say. The thing about AI is that it outputs what is inserted in the prompt, right? But creation isn't linear. In creation, you could input one thing and 100 could come out. Okay, like I'm not understanding this idea either. Like, to me it sounds like he doesn't use the program. Like, I've used Chat GPT like at work. I've used it, you know, when it first came out, and I still feel like you don't do anything. Like, I'm not understanding. Like, I don't understand. Like what the heck? What do you mean? 100 things can come out. Yeah, it could, but also as the software improves, that's not it's going to probably hyper focus it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just these statements are kind of like, it's giving gaslight. Like, it's giving like, don't worry like about anything being replaced or anyone being replaced or there not being any jobs. It's just we're switching from the digital field to the AI field. No, sir. That makes no sense to me. Like, maybe I don't use the software enough to understand, but from my understanding, like, you don't have to do a lot. Like I'm not understanding. Like, I'm so confused by this proficiency thing. Like, this is blowing my mind. Winter, hello. Nero, what's up? Yeah, we are cooked, 100%. Hoot said, not all AI is Gen AI. Think auto coloring and filling up lines, or even generating 3D backgrounds and assets. I'm not saying necessarily that all AI is equal. I'm just saying, like, I'm not understanding this concept that he's saying, like, it can't replace the people. Like, it absolutely can. And, like, the question was, a lot of concerns regarding AI always seem to be that AI technology may replace creators and ultimately humans' creative roles. Do you think this is a plausible theory? And so, like, yes, I get the way the question is asked, yes, but we're talking about your company in particular, and I feel like instead of asking that, like it was a subtle question where like you can't ask that question, but you rephrase it so you can ask them this question to see like, what do you think about what your company is saying? Because honestly, we don't care what you think personally. We want to know what Webtoons thinks. So like, that's the vibe to me. Like if you're there as Webtoon's representative and you're saying like, yes, like I would have said, well, in our field we do not see AI ever replacing creators. Like that would have been a more logical answer after his yes, AI could. Like, but for our company, we will never have AI replace creators. Like that would have been a much more reassuring way of handling that question. Like I get that the question was, do you think it's plausible for AI to replace humans? Yes. Like he was very straightforward, but then to pull it back, like you're there as a Webtoon representative to follow it up with, but XXXX. So that's why I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense to me. It sounds like you want to replace creators. Like that's what it sounds like. And I get what Hoot Hoot's saying. Like I personally, I think there's a video, an older video where I was talking about like it would be nice to have the program be able to like insert characters and all of that stuff for me. But I have to admit that I feel like if it's doing all of the work for me, then why do you need me? So like if it is getting rid of a lot of stuff, then it is kind of like, well, we could just hire in-house teams and we could produce a bunch of stuff much quicker than any of you. And then we could transition into that daily Webtoon dream that I think people have. Oh my good grief. Dragon Poppy, comparing AI to traditional versus digital is insane. Yeah, it just screams like someone who isn't an artist to me. Like that's all it is. Winter said people really have no respect for artists, and it shows. I agree, but I will say business people have no respect for anybody. They're just there to make money. Nero said, this is pure capitalism at work. The focus productivity pisses me off. Art takes time, and that's the whole point. Speeding the process will not only make comic making not fulfilling to the artist. Yeah. So this is my thing about that, Nero. Like, I completely agree. It is very capitalist. And like, I also agree that every creator should be able to take the time that they need to produce what they need. And I understand from a business side, like a business needs a certain amount of content to generate a certain amount of revenue. But also when we start getting into just like we're speeding up the process for no reason, then I kind of feel like that's where it's like, where's the balance to this? Because one is suffering greatly and the other is just reaping in all of the benefits. Like, I feel like we're going back to like the Renaissance time or maybe something before that, where it's going to be like, there will be like one or two artists that are doing really, really well. And the rest of the art, everyone in the art field are just starving. Like the starving artist trope will be back in full swing. Oh, dang. I had a big jump. Kinsia said, for AI to produce images in the style of particular webtoon, it has to be trained on the art from this webtoon. I guess originals will have to agree to that as well in a near future. That could be a part of your contract though. So you never know that whatever program that they're using, it could be training, like the AI program that they're using now could be training off of comics that are already on there. So who knows how much it knows what to do? Who knows if it has enough skill now from all of the millions of series that are on Webtoons to be able to just mass produce stuff. It doesn't even need you. Like it's just good enough to do whatever it needs on its own already. Hoot said, also, it doesn't really matter if you don't work directly with Webtoons. As long as you're indie, you have the freedom to do whatever you want with your story. I agree with that. Like, this is why I think that there's so much more power in just being a creative on your own than working with a corporation. Like, a corporation is gonna corporation. Like, that's just the skinny of it. I'm just saying. Mr. Who 616 said, told you they're replacing people with this. This is what this AI lead person and whoever this other guy is, I forgot who they said he was, but this is their take on it. Like, technically it's not an official Webtoon stance on this, because I'm sure like if you message Webtoons for a quote on this, they would be like, no, 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 you know, they're just very enthusiastic, like they're on the AI team, like of course they're gonna say things like that, but like if you talk to our writer team, like they don't believe that, blah blah blah. Like there's a bunch of ways for them to skirt around this, like if they have a good PR team. I'm just being honest. Say said, greedy society as a whole is insane. Reminds me of how VoiceMe is using AI to generate webcomics using an artist's work that looks like solo leveling. Yeah, that's why I was saying. I was bringing this up earlier because I feel like when I did my here are these other companies videos, I didn't highlight. I don't know about a lot of the other platforms, but I know some companies have come out, you know, directly out, like some of the smaller ones, and they're like, we don't use AI, period. But I felt like when I got to my Voice Me section, a lot of people were just kind of like, oh my God, they use AI. And I'm just like, y'all do realize that these other companies use it as well. And I mentioned that Webtoons used it, I think, in that video, but like here is a definite, like, guys, if you're working with a corporation, expect them to corporation. That is the saying for tonight. I'm just saying it. Boss said, well, comparing tablets to AI is definitely an interesting angle. AI still struggles with a lot of things that need an artist's touch: consistency, nuance, intentionality, and more. So not so fast with throwing us away. I don't think that they can throw us away right now with what's out there, but I do feel like if he could, he would. Webtoon basically saying the real artists we have won't be slaves, so we'll code our own emotionless slaves who don't complain. Wait until the Renaissance when the AI machine is like, how dare you ask me to make another Webtoon? Like, that is the day that I'm here for. Hoot Hoot said, here's the thing, comics are a product, and what consumers care the most is the product, not the process of creating the product, and artists need to realize that. Hoot Hoot is dropping the gems tonight. So I will say this. This is something that why I was saying there is a disconnect between the viewpoints on AI from artists and creatives versus everyone else. Because, I mean, as a reader, like, you have to think about when you're reading something that you enjoy, are you thinking about, like, all of the hours that the writer spent creating the novel, what the intention was behind every scene? No, you're just reading a good story. Like, it's the same when you watch a movie. Like, are you thinking about, like, you know, like the cinematography? Like, you might think, oh wow, these shots are really pretty, but you're not thinking about like what type of camera did they use, how did they get this effect? And I can already see some of you cynical people that just like to rebel against me, being like, but Apollo, actually I do think about this and I wonder if it's an XLR, blah blah blah. No, you don't. Be quiet. So I do think that there is like a lot of disconnect between how creatives feel versus how everyone else feels, because it's not affecting them. And even though they might be intelligent enough to understand, like, oh, this is having a mass layoff in the creative field, do they actually care? They're probably just like, get another job. Like that's probably the realistic vibe of it. And that's why I was saying, as long as if it can start producing high quality, not even high quality, engaging enough quality where people do not care, then that's where I feel like the issues come in. Just saying. Oh yeah. So Hoot said that as well. There is a dissonance between how an artist views his craft versus how consumer sees it. Absolutely. Cure, what is up? Bean said, I agree with Nero. The creation process of comics is what's fulfilling, and it's the same to see comics being reduced to a product. Well, I will say, if you're planning to work with Webtoons, that is what it becomes. It does become more so of a product than anything else, because Webtoons is focusing on making money. And if your series does not generate enough revenue for them, then you will be canceled. So yes, if you're fully indie, then you can revel in just making a good story. And if you profit from making that good story, even better. But if you're working with a corporation, their bottom line, in my opinion, is always going to be the dollar amount, which, hey, I mean, that is a completely justifiable way of pursuing making comics. You could go very business or you could go passion. So is either wrong or right? I don't think so. I just feel like there's different approaches. And I'm not talking about AI. I'm just talking about the approach of passion versus business. So I just feel like people have to understand that a corporation comic versus a indie passion project is going to look very, very different. Subsam Jam said, also, Webtoon already has a huge amount of content. This obsession with even more content is a little baffling to me. It's the TikTok thing. Like, I feel like, you know, people produce so much content on TikTok and YouTube and all of these social platforms that companies have made it where they just want more content. Like, keep feeding the beast, keep feeding the beast. And I think Webtoons has adopted that mentality. And you can see with the way they're adjusting their platform, they're trying to change it to where it is like very quick consumer reader content. Like, here's this in 30 seconds or less. Here's this in 30 seconds or less. I feel like you hear that all the time from Webtoons, like marketing stuff. They're like, don't leave. This is only 30 seconds. Oh, hold up. Are you leaving? 30 seconds. Just give me 30 seconds. Like, that is so the vibe right now. And I feel like they want to do that with the Webtoon content that they have. They're like, it's only 10 panels. Keep reading. Like, oh my good grief. It's insane. Dragon said 100% would toss us. I agree. Winter, a corporation is gonna corporation, and that's just the skinny of it. Apollo 2025. That should be my slogan for president. Absolutely. Oh, drama mama. I'm sorry you can't stay for long, but I understand. We miss you. Thanks for stopping by. Hoodoo said, I think it's just leaving a bad taste in consumers' mouth if creators constantly complain about how hard their creative process is. I know it's hard, but maybe the audience would like to see more of it. You're talking about the positives, like you're showing passion of your story. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's a lot of aspects where readers just do not care. Like, and despite despite what people say, the proof is in the pudding by I think the way the corporation views it is by their wallet. Like, if they're paying for it, they don't care. So that's why I'm just like, I feel like you have to understand from the company's perspective, if it's making them money, they don't care. I'm just saying. Nero said, now that Webtoon has opened itself to investors, the mass layoffs will begin shortly. I'm calling it. This is a pattern. I mean, Nero, you already know. I'm just saying, like, in my opinion, that will there be layoffs? Absolutely. But I think they'll try and get people to resign before just laying people off. They'll probably do some sort of like exit package incentive. But we could talk about this for forever. Like, this was supposed to be a short stream. We haven't even finished the article. I believe that every new technology is bound to go through a similar process. There will always be people ready to utilize a new method, as well as people who feel reluctant to accept the side effects. But as a tech company, okay, are you talking about Webtoons? Webtoons is a tech company? Hold up. When did Webtoons become Silicon Valley? Like, what are we talking about? It is also our duty to come up with a way of making people feel at least uncomfortable as we can. As least uncomfortable as we can. And by people, do you mean readers? Because, like, making readers feel comfortable versus making artists feel comfortable are two different areas, in my opinion. Like, the struggles of the reader versus, like, the reader struggles would be like interface layout. like I think that's good. Like, the readers aren't losing their jobs. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I please send him to sensitivity training. Like, PR team, get on him. Like, I don't mean to be like, what the heck? like I don't understand. Like, I just, like, some of the stuff he's saying and is being quoted as saying, I'm just like, he couldn't have said this. like in my opinion, there are certain things that if I was in an interview and I was touching on a very sensitive topic, I would not be responding this way. Like, there's just no way. Like, who did not prepare him for this interview? Oh my good grief. Oh, okay, so here's some pictures. Okay, that's New York Comic Con last year. Guys, I've got to go to New York Comic Con. Like I'm going to go next year. New York and LA, here I come. I'm going to book the tickets, guys. I'm going to do it. I've got to do it. Should I do it? I want to do it and I want to vlog. I really, really do. I think that would be a lot of fun. Oh, okay. So is that the last? Okay, I think that's the last point. We're coming up on our last point. What would be Naver Webtoon's strong point amid the competition? Our goal is to protect the creators and the ecosystem while also closely monitoring readers' reactions toward AI. And we don't think it's a bad thing. Okay. It may seem like we're restricting ourselves by taking a somewhat conservative approach, but when it comes to AI, we're already taking a certain amount of risk, and that may always lead to some kind of controversy. But we're a company that works very closely with our creators, and we show a great potential for what can be achieved in the future. Technology will become more refined and safer as the days go by and will also become more efficient for users. The key to achieving this will lie in communication with the users of the service, something we are good at. We're also a company that possesses a great amount of data, and we're using the resource to develop a good service for the market. Okay, so what I find really confusing about this is I have not researched it enough, but from what I understand, the Windbreaker series was canceled because of like some sort of like some sort of like tracing or plagiarism scandal or whatever. But I'm really curious if like they were using the Webtoon AI program and the program suggested that pose for their character and Webtoons canceled them because like they were looking at a bigger lawsuit because the program like now I've got my conspiracy hat on and I'm just like, because it didn't make sense to me why this was canceled. I was like, there's got to be some other reason other than like the plagiarism thing, because there's tons of Webtoons that have like panels that are similar to other artwork. So I'm like, this is a really big series for them to cancel. Like there had to be a bigger reason than like one plagiarized copy. So now reading this article, I'm like, I wonder if the AI software suggested that pose for their character, and then the creator was like, well, you guys suggested it to me, and was like gonna blow the whistle on stuff, and so they ended up having to settle with the creator. I'm really, really curious about this now. I'm really, really, really curious about this. Like, I feel like there's more to this. Like, am I going to start researching this Windbreaker case? Like, guys, if you know the Windbreaker creator, send them to my DM so I can talk to them. Oh my good grief. Nero! Okay, Nero, I'm going. I'm gonna book my tickets. So if I go, you gotta go. You gotta lock in, bestie. We're doing this together. Oh my good grief, protect creators best show. Like, this whole article has been like next level insane. Like, I just cannot believe like the things that are coming out of this person's mouth. I'm like, dude, are we on the same planet right now? Like, who was this for? Like, obviously this wasn't for readers. Like what are we talking about here? Like, I know that they said these are like excerpts from the conversation, but I just like, these are terrible. Like, if I was Webtoons, I'd be like, take down this article immediately. Too bad it's on YouTube now. Oh, disclaimer that all of this information is my opinion. Oh my good grief. Like, this is the one video where I'm like, man, oh yeah, yep. All right. Sean said the Disney AI lawsuit should be interesting once we get a ruling regarding plagiarism and IP. We shall see. I'm really curious about if it's actually going to go anywhere, because I'm just like, I feel like you have to have an artist perspective for anything to really like for people to have any sort of sensitivity to it. And I feel like without that being a part of that case, like, people just aren't going to understand. Subsim Jump said they traced unless they were lying, and they did use AI, but that seemed a little too Conspiracy theory. Okay, but you can trace a AI generated image. Like they could have typed into the prompt thingy like I don't know. I don't remember what the image was exactly. Like hot girl drinking a soda or something. And then they could have saw the pose and like stole the pose. So that's why I'm just like it could have gone about that way. Let me have this. Y'all never let me have anything. Oh my good grief. No one ever wants me to be great. Subsam Jam said they had several panels exposed that's copying other artwork. I've got to do research on the article. I've got to. Subsam Jam said that's the crazy thing. One of the traced images was of an AI generated character posted on Instagram. Dang, insane. Sean said you could trace Gen AI. Oh, that's what I was just saying. Thinking it was created by the program. But if the AI did not substantially change from the training data, it could be interpreted in indecipherable for swiping. Nero said, funny how they canceled Windbreaker when they want to use AI, which has no copyright. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There has to be more to it. Like they are like, we're going full in on AI. Like if you guys were not here earlier, like literally they were like the opening part of this whole conversation. This man right here, this man, he said, where is it? Where is it? Oh my good grief. It was like the craziest part. It was basically like we want to integrate AI completely into our platform. Like that's basically what he said. I don't remember where it is now. Like but when we read that I was just like that's insane. Like I would have like even if that was the plan, I would have never said that out loud. Like oh, here it is. What is the main direction of Naver Webtoon's AI development strategy? To fully incorporate AI into fundamentals of the company. Like this man who is he? He is the AI and data lead at Naver Webtoon. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Like they could definitely say like, of course he feels that way. We hired him because he's passionate about AI. Like obviously he wants to take over the world with it. Like, and so there's ways they could get around it. But I'm just saying, just my opinion. Just my opinion. Insanity. Say said they closely monitor readers' reaction towards AI. Notice how not a single canvas or exclusive has popped off. It's kind of like they hate it. Exactly. Nero, they want to make Webtoon like fast food. People want to consume human art. I swear, this is the worst decision they'll ever make. We'll witness the downfall of Webtoon. If we do witness the downfall of Webtoon, Apollo's agency will be here to pick up the pieces. I'll start my own platform. Like, I will invest all of my money. Like, the moment Webtoons is no longer on the playing board, I'm just going all in, babes. Like, that's the vibe, 100%. Winter, stop. You guys are killing me with some of the stuff that y'all are saying. I can't. Subsam Jeff said, I think it's Korean culture that resulted in the cancellation. If he were a Western artist, he may have been allowed to continue on Webtoon. That's the theory I've seen floated around, at least. We're getting into Windbreaker territory, so I think this is a good time for me to wrap everything up. Like, I was going to open for a little Q&A, but I can't even do that now. This was a super fun video to just look at this article that is very public and very available for anyone to read. I will have it linked in the description down below. So if you're interested in reading this for yourself, looking at the adjacent articles or other articles written by this person, and doing some more research on how Webtoon is using AI in its platform, then definitely check it out. I'm so happy that we were able to do another stream. Like, what the heck, guys? Like, I know this was a bit of a spicier topic, and I know people don't necessarily like when I cover these, but I felt that it was super interesting. I felt like, you know, I cover a bunch of stuff in general, so, like, in the Webtoon world, so I felt like, why not bring this up? Like, this is very public. So I will get back to the other stuff that I have planned that are coming up, a lot of very fun ideas that I have in place that I want to do. And so we can look forward to that. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I cannot wait for the next video. Who knows? It might be tomorrow. It might be Sunday. It might be next week. But we will definitely have a good time. I promise. All right. I will chat with you all in the next video. Bye-bye.